Greetings everyone, and Great here, another Age of Ours 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the north side as the orange Burgundians. We have FreakinAndy. Spawn on the south side as the blue Italians. We have Villese? Villese? No idea how to properly pronounce that. Let's go and cover each player's civilization benefits. Sorry, it's my first replay of the day, and I'm a little bit out of it. Burgundians, they are cavalry civilization. Economic upgrades available 1 age earlier and cost 33% less food. Stable technologies cost 50% less, which should be very useful for his various cavalier stuff. He can get paladin. Speaking of which, cavalier upgrades available in Castle Age. Gunpowder units attack 25% faster. Unique units of Cordelier, which is a cavalry which has an alpha strike. And Flemish Militia, which is all in the strategy. Burgundian vineyards, farmers slowly generate gold additional food, which is very nice, especially for the very late game. And Flemish Revolution upgrades all existing villagers of Flemish Militia. Can create Flemish Militia at the barracks. And relics generate both food and gold, which makes them a little bit more valuable. So really eye up those relics because they have double value. I actually don't know if it's double value or if the value is equivalent. For his opponent, the Italians, archer and naval civilization. Advanced next age costs less. Docks and universes technologies cost less. Fishing ships cost less, which is not important here. And gunpowder units cost less. Genoese crossbowman, which is anti-cavalry, archer, or space archer, not cavalry archer, but anti-cavalry archer. Spearman stabbing away against that house there. And the Cantoneros, the anti-gunpowder unit, which his opponent does have gunpowder bonuses. You got, looks like a couple archers now deployed on the field, as well as a spearman. Unique text, passive. Foot archers and Cantonero get +1/+1 armor, very nice. And Silk Road trade units cost 50% less, which is completely worthless on this map. Cantoneros are available in the barracks in Imperial Age, which is a very nice thing. They're a good alternative to the champion. They don't require any upgrades. Sure, champions are more effective, but having no upgrades cost for it can be very nice. It looks like he's collecting Ibex, long range, not near a mill, with a single villager. Weird. Looks like got some archers getting some good damage over here, trying to suppress these villagers from collecting up these farms. And let's see what he's going to pull out and restore. Yeah, let's see what he's going to pull out in defense. We will have some skirmishers in the build queue, very nice. He's fighting against mostly archers and the spearmen, so the skirmishers should be plenty in order for defense. This map also does spawn up both players immediately with horse for scouting purposes, though this horsey will go down, and we got the skirmisher trying to throw some spears. We got a single outpost here as well. Were the outposts natural? The outposts may be natural to this map because they're both an outpost for both players in a relatively similar position. Because I think the map was mega random. Blue's horse is over here, providing some vision. Though, what if it's trapped there? It's hard for me to tell. It looks like it's inside a forest. Outpost is receiving quite a bit of damage there. The outpost has no inherent pierce armor or hacked armor, so the archers will do full damage versus the outpost. And the outpost does go down there. The blue horse does escape on. Wait, there's another blue horse? Did both players start with 2 horses? That may be the case. Mega Random, there's always a little bit variation. I wonder if Mega Random is based off of some community map that people like that they're testing out before making go live. But that's just a guess. Because there's a lot of unique mechanics to this map, having those outposts as well as some horses. When I say unique, I mean unique, different than your usual standard play. Do you have 8 archers now deployed on the field? Yeah, we only got 3 defensive skirmishers here. I've got 4 skirmishers now deployed out on the field. Right now the villager count is in favor of blue, 32 versus 34. However, orange is going for Castle Age right now. Blue maybe have Castle Age. Yeah, Castle Age is on the build queue, so orange will have a better Castle Age time. For the moment, he could go for elite skirmishers quickly. He can't get elite skirmishers, right? I can't think of any faction that can't get elite skirmishers. Where's the elite skirmisher attack? Cavalry archers, there it is.
See.
And now I do got a fast, somewhat fast castle being pulled down the field. I'm not sure it's technically classified as fast castle, because usually fast castle refers to the castle age, not necessarily the castle itself. But this also provides Orange a good amount of population space, though Orange does have a good population space already. Blue now has received his own castle age. Let's see, Burgundians' unique unit is Cordelier, which is, of course, the Cavalier that, or cavalry unit that has a good alpha strike. Should be very effective with these archers. I believe it does like plus 20 alpha damage. So, and a follow-up hit should be able to follow them out. Like, what is it, like 20? No, it has to be more than 5 damage is base damage. So I think it's like 8, 10. If it does 10, I'm supposed to increase health now. So we should be able to shot these crossbowmen, assuming they don't get any melee armor. And Cordeliers do train relatively quickly. Most castle units do train pretty quickly because they can only build so many castles. Granted, you can only build so many stables, but it's easy to build stables and castles. Getting some good damage onto these palisade walls now. And the palisade wall does go down. These crossbowmen currently have 7 attack. The castle does provide some good attack capability. Looks like he's spending a lot of his resources. He is low on food and gold. Both players are very low on resources. That's actually a good sign. It means they're spending it, not saving it. Or floating it, I should say. Yeah, that's definitely an outpost that nobody would build an outpost like that. So these had to be natural spawning outposts. I like that. More palisade walls going up. We've got a siege war truck trying to be pulled on the field. Getting on Mangonel or 5 wouldn't hurt. So 5 is probably a bit too many. If you look at the map as well, it looks like there's only appear to be 2 relics on the entire map. Unless somebody's claiming a lot of relics already, but I see no relics actually claimed on the, what's it called, the score screen down the bottom. So I'm not sure if this map may simply only have 2 relics. There's actually a big negative for the Burgundian player with their team bonus. Oh, that's not really a big negative, a minor negative. But it could also be a positive for the Burgundian player. If he's having trouble claiming the relics, that means his potential bonus with the gold income from the farms could be much more valuable than the passive gold income from the relics. Cordeliers running around. Got these skirmishers still here. No skirmisher upgrade just yet. He has currently 3 Cordeliers inside here. 4th one on the way. He has 2 towns as well. Right now the village count is 46 to 46, so the village count is quite similar. Blue Deers just only have the 1 town center at the moment. There's the 2nd town center now. There's actually good town center place there. We'll be able to collect the gold and the stone very reasonably well. You got these 20 crossbowmen falling back. Cordeliers, how much pierce armor do they have? Only 3, not a whole lot to resist crossbow fire. And their alpha strike does not activate against buildings, or at least not against walls. You got a house being put on the field. Excellent place for locations. Location, location, location. That's what real estate always say. And what's better than next to a bunch of pillaging horsemen, right?
See.
Got 20 crossbowmen here. Remember, this is also the Italian player. If the Italian player goes for a castle, he can get out some Genoese crossbowmen, which should be a bit more effective than the regular crossbowmen against these Cordeliers. However, they do have inherently less range than the crossbowmen, if I remember correctly. Like, I think the range actually is relatively short, but they will get bonus damage for just these Cordeliers. So mixing in some Genoese crossbowmen wouldn't be half bad. Though mixing some Mangonels wouldn't be half bad either. Gain some bonus damage to the high ground. Minimal splash damage there, because thinks he's on the low ground. And then Mangonel does go down quite handedly. 1 relic has been claimed. Not sure by who. Looks like by Orange. Very nice. 1 Cordelier in the castle. Got these Cordeliers moving around. Crossbowman looks like advancing forward in box formation. Ready to box for his opponent. More crossbowmen here. Got another monster. Now the monster will be pulled up by blue. Start hacking down these wall segments now. Got one relic remains. Orange now eyeing for another town center. Blue does have superior number of villagers. I think, Orange had more town centers, more duration. I think he's been spending most of his food on those Cordeliers. It's not entirely half bad idea seeing how many crossbows are out on the field. Got now Magano and Scorpion's forward. If he draws fire with those forces, that would be great for Orange. Does get a good hit there. Does lose a Scorpion. Now Cordeliers advance forward. They're trying to eye for these crossbowmen. Magano does roll a miss there. Does have a nice choke point there. He may just want to stay in a fight there. Monk now trying to get a convert there. Oh, good hit there. Not a good idea to stay in a fight there. There's a Magano. Wow, that was a stupid idea from me. And now do got a castle being put out by blue. Handful of Genoese crossbowmen would be quite handy. Yeah, I think the Genoese crossbowman's base range is 4, while the base range of the crossbowman's 5, so the auto arrow should push up the range to 6, which is still reasonable. And let's see what Blue's going for the moment. See more villagers, more monks, more crossbowmen. Good archers and cannoneer get +1/+1 armor. Both of those are going to be very useful. Because +1 pierce armor and hack armor is always generally nice, especially when versus other archers. But Maganos still pose a bit of a threat, don't they? Castle not put on field. Don't see any Genoese crossbowmen build cube just yet. Going a handful, I would say, would be quite nice. Monk trying to go for conversion there. Good item to go versus the Cordeliers. Now one converts one and gets rid of it. It also draws a lot of the alpha strikes. Now I do got Imperial Age for the Italian player. Do also have Imperial Age for the Burgundian player. Blue horse still there. And these orange monks do a good job of healing up these Cordeliers. It's always a good idea to get you guys healed up. And orange has claimed both relics. Very nice. If you look at the mini-map, there's actually not a lot of gold on this map, is there? We got both players have safe gold deposits, but out here, there's only 2 small gold deposits. That's nothing. Blue may be eyeing for a mining camp over here, maybe. Or an outpost. That will be very useful. Another outpost over here as well. Orange is pulling out outposts as well. There's actually a small stone deposit up here. We got a gold deposit and a stone deposit up here. Snow leopard as well. Snow kitty cat. And that's not an outpost. That's a castle. That is much bigger than an outpost. By a factor of... trying to count how much stone. 20 times 6. Plus another 10. By 130 times more stone. If my math is horribly wrong. Do not castle here. Blue's outpost does spot all of this. Very nice. Because orange knows about that outpost. He does not know about that outpost. So he doesn't realize about that. He does not know about the castle being poured on out as well. Blue does know about those Maganos advancing forward. Monk's trying to go for the diversion there. Magano's trying to charge it forward, trying to throw some rounds onto those villagers. Does get a good hit there. And a very good hit there. It does get one of the Maganos. Both the Maganos on all him. Very good snipe there. And his monks can take time to heal up these crossbowmen. Or it's going to take time to secure up this gold deposit. And this is going to be a trash war very quickly. How much gold does blue have left? None? Oh no, he does have this gold deposit over here. Still a good amount left right there. But I think his other one is cleaned up. Over here, still got a good amount of gold for both. Not a lot there. Some there. Both players are down half their gold reserve. So they have to fight for these 4 gold mines. Blue knows about this one. Relatively safe. There's a couple outposts there. Blue could eye securing up that other gold deposit and stone deposit. Trebuchet's not pulling for the field. There's not a whole lot of stone deposits out in the field as well, so there's not going to be a whole lot of castles. They can easily become trash war. We're going to have to start talking about trash wars sooner rather than later. Got a couple trebuchets now being plotted by Orange. Blue does lose one to capture the Mangonels. Blue has a good number of trebuchets already firing away. And we've got some bombards as well as some arbalists in the field. I would say mix a couple Genoese crossbowmen. Bombards are a good idea. Let's see. What can affect trash wars? No legionnaires, only onagers. Gunpowder units cost 20% less, but that all requires gold. There's nothing here that would suggest good trash war units. Nothing. And Orange has the vineyards for his gold deposits. The Burgundian vineyards will be very important for trash wars. They will pull out an extra gold deposits. Plus, he has both relics. Castle's starting to go on down. Orange has some bombards as well, so we've got bombards as well as players. The Italian player needs to be aggressive. Needs to use his gold, cheaper gunpowder units in order to make an advance. He'll run his opponent with gunpowder-based units for the time being while he still can. Because overall, I don't think Orange is going. I think Orange will win on the long run with his extra gold generation from the vineyards. He could also, Orange could pull out a lot of extra town centers in order to go for Flemish Revolution to get a big power spike to bleed off his opposed gold units, and then he can perhaps go have like 6 town centers to quickly use up the remaining wood reserves and 4 extra villagers. Without being highly aggressive, Blue's villager does spot all this over here. A good number of Cordeliers here. Got primarily a crossbow and bombard force, and the bombard should be cheaper due to the cheaper gunpowder units. Yeah, minus 20%, which is significant. And what the universal technologies still need to go for? Pretty much all of them. Going for a forward castle there, he's trying to secure up these resources. Got a lot of elite skirmishers in this area, which is going to be effective versus these arbalists. But they only have 8 range. Arbalists do have also 8 range, never mind. The skirmishers are going to engage more successfully. He needs some Mangonels, perhaps hit them. Cordeliers advancing on forward. He has no Genoese crossmen to protect this region. These looks like these Cordeliers will collapse on in, trying to go for the bombards. The Alpha Strike does affect the bombards there. Does get something converted. Arbalists getting overran, bombards being overran. Does have the trebuchets receiving some extra damage there, which actually is good for Blue. They do have 88 inherent pierce armor, while the skirmishers attack is only 7, so it does 1 damage each. Blue's crossbowmen are based on 4. The skirmishers still pose mass threat. Bombard goes down, trying to throw around there on that keep or castle. Okay. Got a big wave of crossbowmen being pulled out, or arbalists being pulled out by Blue, as well as going for these masonry upgrade, as well as mason guilds. I think that's mason guilds. I always forget the name of that technology. Wait, that's the market bonus, isn't it? That's the market research for reduce tribute penalty, and that is going to be important in this sort of matchup. You have these light cavalry advancing forward. The castles are not in range to protect them, so you can hit these gold deposit quite often. Though the castle is in range, actually, 11 range reaches pretty far. You may not have ballistics at the moment. He does have ballistics and chemistry. More bombards being put on field, going for more wood upgrades, as well as now the handcart. Good number of bombards here, as well as trebuchets, starting to siege down Orange's infrastructure. Blue's now eyeing for another castle over here, starting to set up a network of castles. We do got Orange has a castle being put here, trying to claim this gold deposit. Very nice. Both players are eyeing for the gold deposit. Orange is using this back final gold deposit now. I think Blue may have consumed his. And a lot of these skirmishers are seeing a bit of fire there. Got a couple bombards here. They're trying to hit these arbalists. So the bombard does find a hit on the bombard. And he's also taking time to repair up the siege workshop. It does get fully repaired there. Crossbow are slowly being whittled away. Not focused on the Cordelier. Only has 6 pierce armor. I wonder if they're elite Cordeliers at the moment. Not sure. A lot of Orange's infrastructure starting to go on down. So he was currently building out the moment. Orange going for more skirmishers, light cavalry, and villagers. Light cavalry, can you go with the hussars? He can go with the hussars. Cordeliers advancing forward. They're not elite cordeliers. Arbalets do have 40 health, so the extra bonus damage to the Alpha Striking Cordeliers won't one-shot Arbaletiers, but the extra follow-up swipe should take them out. Trebuchet now trying to be overrun by the light cavalry, very nice. And stable infrastructure has not been cleaned on up. He does save the trebuchet there, but now the bombards in the castle. Now we've got these forces pushing forward. He may not have murder holes at the moment, so against shooting the housing there. And got a big wave of villagers trying to advance over here, trying to claim up this gold deposit. The stone deposit over here is still on the ground as well. Cordeliers slowly hacking down this castle. Will take a significant amount of time. It has 9 inherent pierce arm or hack armor, and these Cordeliers only have 8 attack damage. So these slices looks like doing 3 damage each. And more now hussars being brought to the field. Trebuchet is now starting to siege down Blue's castle. Does take it out. Does this backline castle there, and we've got Croc rotation now being put out by Orange. Trebuchets, we're seeing some fire there. Light cavalry now advance forward, trying to get some hits there on the Cordeliers. And Orange has a town center here, trying to claim plus gold, as well as this board wood. More Cordeliers, more hussars, more bombards, and even a spearman, unupgraded. Going for squires, trying to get some halberdiers and that line up and going. He can get up to, that's Flemish militia. Can get up to halberdier. Or sort of overrun Blue's backline. Blue's now put out some more elite skirmishers as well. Light cavalry charging forward, slowly being taken on down. Gonna be a bit of a trash war. What can Blue deploy out? He can't get hussars. He needs to be able to get hussars research. Doesn't have a whole lot of food now, does he? He's okay. He does keep up a bunch of light cavalry there. We do not have this castle now being put on the field. Let's try to siege down, secure up this gold deposit. Securing up these gold deposits is going to be very important. Orange making good headway collecting up that gold deposit. Blue looks like he's out of gold in the back line. And right now, Blue has a set amount of gold, while his opponent is going to have ever increasing amount of gold. Orange is starting to claw a victory in the game, I believe. I think he will win the long run with all the extra gold generation. He's also been deploying counter units a bit more effectively than his opponent. He's going for elite skirmishers while his opponent is going for arbalests. So overall, I think Orange has played this game a little bit better, and his faction choice or civilization choice in this matchup is much better. Let's got one of the bombards there, though. More of the light cavalry close deploy on the field, and looks like Blue does back of the game now. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.